The following podcast is my conversation with the very talented guitarist, filmmaker, comics creator, bar owner, and all around awesome guy, LC De Leon. LC discusses his journey from being sidetracked by the allure of the music scene, performing alongside big names over the last 2 decades to returning to his comics roots with the release of his first comic book, Crossing. Okay, so you can get this with the link in the description. Crossings is based on his short film with the same title. Okay, so we also geeked out on, of course, comics, the new Superman 2025 trailer, and the MCU, DCEU, Image Comics, the comics innovators like Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, Alan Moore, Frank Miller, with their landmark creations like Watchmen, The Dark Knight Returns, Miracle Man, mga yan that revolutionized the comics medium. Okay, so we also talked about his music career and the frustrations that he had in the industry that led him to create his own bar slash cultural hub, the Tiny Bar, and Coffee and Comics. Okay, so before we begin, I'd like to ask everyone to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel if you still haven't. It will also help a lot if you can share this podcast with your friends and help me promote Filipino-made content that respects the intelligence of the Filipino audience. Okay, so yun lang. I present to you guys Mr. LC De Leon. Welcome to the Powerful Comics Man Podcast. Okay, so eto we have another very special guest. Actually, I am very fascinated by this guy ever since I met him. Hindi kasi madami akong nadidiscover dito eh. Di ba? Kasi when you see him, parang he looks like a regular guy with a although given the bar owner siya, di ba? Pero mukha siyang cool na cool. And then as kumbaga para as you know him better, ang dami madidiscover na madami palang pinagdaanan itong ating guest ngayon. So Mr. LC De Leon.
Hey guys, hello. Thanks, Comics Man.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Okay, so teka, parang ayusin ko lang ng konti.
Go lang.
Parang hindi maganda yung hello.
Hello.
Ayan pala.
Hello.
Yan.
Ayan na.
Okay, so LC among other things is ngayon ang isang project niya is to parang comic book creator ka, ganun, di ba?
Yeah.
And aside from many other things, he also owns the Tiny Bar and Coffee and Comics. He's also a podcaster, fellow podcaster ko ito.
Yeah.
And comics based din and geek stuff yung kanyang mga
yung kanyang mga thing.
Yeah.
And he is also a seasoned musician na maaring kilala niyo yung mga banda niya before. Okay, pero pag-uusapan natin isa-isa yan lahat. So this is a very interesting guy with I'm for sure he's got a lot of stories to tell. So, saan ba tayo magsisimula, LC?
Unang-una, I like your place. This is like the mad scientist hideout ni Comics Man somewhere in an undisclosed area.
Oo.
So, pag nagka-post-apocalyptic, I'm sure buhay ka.
Oo nga eh. Well, medyo over the years, pag nagsimula ka kasi ng podcast, parang
Yeah.
'di ba? Parang
Yeah.
parang maganda yung ilaw na ganito,
Yeah,
'di ba?
yeah.
Although ang ganda rin ng setup mo kasi your
It's in
podcast
the shop.
setup is in the shop.
Shop mismo.
And ang dami din yung mga toys na nakalagay doon, and a lot of cool guests, mga fellow artists natin gina-guest.
Karamihan talaga comics. Yung podcast ko, that's why it's called Coffee and Comics. Talagang I centered it to comic books. A little bit of film, which is comic book based naman. Excuse me. Pero that's all comic books. I think one of the advocacy ng gusto ko gawin sa podcast ko, maybe we can link it here, no? You guys can check it out because ang isang advocacy ko doon is to make people know that a lot of the movies and film na akala mong ginawa lang for film, it's actually based on comics. Diba, kunyari, I'll give you one. Kunyari, a lot of people didn't know that The Boys was a comic book. Diba? Akala nila ginawa lang yan ng Amazon Prime. No, it's a comic book. May mga nakilala akong that I had to tell them about Garth Ennis and ganito yung ginawa ng The Boys. Ang dami pa. There's The Losers, Red, all of those, Kick-Ass, all of those are comic book properties na naging sobrang sikat silang na film that they in a way, medyo nakalimutan nila yung source material except for mga katulad natin that we know comics, di ba? Pero for non-usual readers, it's nice that they know na galing sa comics pala to. Di ba? It's nice to know that eh.
Oo nga.
Diba?
Well, I've been like that before. Kahit nung mga... Kasi even now, parang may magugulat ka, hindi naman lahat ng comic titles familiar ka, di ba?
Oo, dami na yun. Sobrang dami.
So, nung
I like it.
yung Walking Dead, parang, comics pala to. Pero yung mga dati, a lot of my friends didn't know about Frank Miller, di ba? Parang, ang astig naman ito. Tapos, papakita ko sa kanila yung 300.
Yung Sin City,
diba?
a lot of people, hit yun nung lumabas. A lot of people didn't know it was
Oo nga di ba?
ito comics pala yan. So, maganda yun in a way because pag sumikat yung film, sabihin nila, comics pala. Tapos, they'll discover the comic, they'll read it, tapos magiging comic book people sila.
Oo nga.
Nagko-convert sila. May ganun, may hindi, pero kanya-kanya na yan, di ba? To each his own.
Di ba yung Watchmen nung lumabas?
Oh, yeah.
Parang wow, ang ganda nito. But then the comics crowd who knew the graphic novel, parang iba hindi pa masaya di ba?
Siyempre, yung ending kasi, not to spoil it guys, ibang-iba talaga yung Watchmen na Zack Snyder to the comic book, diba, Alan Moore. That's a big story. I remember when that came out, tonto ako, sobrang excited ako dun. Then, I'm a musician kasi you're right when saying that I was in bands, you know. I was playing for bands and I had my own band called Reclamo, and during that time I had an interview in a radio station right after the premiere of Watchmen. So I watched Watchmen. After that, punta na ako sa premiere. Then nag-usap kami ng DJ, and the DJ was binabash niya yung Watchmen.
Talaga?
Kasi kakalabas lang, so we were talking about it. I don't think they understood it kasi they were like, it's so boring. I was like, kulang sa action. Why? Ba't ganito? Ganyan. So I get it. I think what the failure of that film is, malalim talaga Watchmen eh. Diba? So it's hard to turn it into pop. Yeah. Para siyang jazz. It's heavy jazz that you're gonna turn it into pop. Medyo ang hirap niyang i-dissect in that sense. So people, I think, were expecting Iron Man. Di ba kakalabas lang ng Iron Man noon? So everyone was like, wow, Iron Man action. Di ba?
Yes,
masaya.
And also the costumes kasi ng Watchmen when it was shown in the big screen, parang may superpowers sila di ba?
Yeah, people thought.
People were expecting that this is gonna be parang
I think,
X-Men.
yes, exactly. Thank you, Gerald. I think people were expecting an action-packed comic book film. It's not.
Oh.
It's the opposite. It's dissection and the destruction of which, di ba? So
Which if you knew Watchmen before, you would know that it is a very cerebral, very philosophical graphic novel a lot of
very nihilistic.
a very complicated lots of a mix of very complicated topics na rarely seen in comic books.
Yeah.
'Di ba? And ngayon kasi parang
I think
madami nang gumagawa ng mga ganong klaseng genre.
because of,
But when it came during its time,
siya lang yan. I guess Alan Moore started that whole dissection of the superhero, diba? After that, yan na, Garth Ennis may The Boys na, may Invincible. These are all alagad ng Watchmen na yan diba? Galing sa influence ng Watchmen. Speaking of comic book movies, there's a big one coming out and I just saw you watching the trailer of
you wanna
let's not show it na kasi I'm sure everyone has seen it. Everyone, I've checked out the channels and everyone is like, oh my God, lahat mga millions of views. Ikaw, what do you think about the news, the upcoming Superman?
I liked it. I liked the first trailer. Although I didn't like the wheezing. Diba? Parang first introduction mo sa character, he's wheezing na parang nahihingalo siya.
Yeah.
Diba? But aside from that, I like that they added crypto. And then yung ibang kala ko nga si Green Lantern yung black na parang may force field siya.
Nandun di ba si Guy Gardner?
Si Guy Gardner, di ba? Ibang ano pala siya. And si Hawkgirl nandun.
I'm excited ako dun. I think it's about time. I hope that Warner Brothers and DC make up their minds. Ang gulo na nila Di ba? So I hope ito na talaga yung thematic nila. I hope ito na talaga yung tema nila. Don't stray away from paiba-iba I think the worst yung nagpapaka-deep sila, nagpapaka-dark sila, tapos hindi naman talaga. Parang, di ba? Parang yung Arrowverse. Tapos biglang ito naman yung Zack Snyder na oh my gosh, na parang pa-deep na, pa-dark na hindi naman kailangan gawin. Because when you think about it, ang galing na ng JLU the animation. Yung 'di ba that Justice League Unlimited, just get from there.
Oo nga
Ba't sinundan nyo na lang yun? It's perfect.
Kasi ang tingin ko diyan, may analysis back then is kasi after the boom nung MCU, diba? Iron Man, parang ano siya parang party sila na masaya, 'di ba? Ang ginawa kasi ng itong take ko diyan ang ginawa kasi ng MCU, they catered to children. Yung,
but with good storytelling.
With good
so
storytelling.
So tayo, mga matatanda, we get it. Adults get it also. And we like it.
Yes, kasi kaya ako nalaman na it's for children. Kasi one time, I was dun sa, dati na may condo kaming nitirhan, I was at the public pool. Yung mga bata dun, naglalaro sila, no? Tapos tatalon sila sa pool. Tapos parang, di ba, parang ikaw, dun sa atin, pag let's say, yung action mo, pag lilipad ka, kunyari, paano yung action mo?
Parang Superman, di ba?
Superman, ganun, di ba?
That's usually the case.
Parang pag ganyan, di ba? Yung sa kanila, ang lipad nila, ganun.
Kasi Iron Man.
Sabi ko, nagulat ako sa yun pala. So what I think Marvel did is to cater to kids. So that which is brilliant kasi lalaki yun Parang captured market yung isang entire generation.
Well, technically, any comic book property, well, except Watchmen, any comic book property is really catered to kids kasi it's made to sell. Mainstream comic book property, meaning Marvel, DC, it's really meant to sell toys. Star Wars is made for kids because it's meant to sell toys.
Yes.
Transformers, it's the same. It just so happens na magaganda yung kwento that we adults like it, or yung kinalakihan natin like Transformers, tas nagkaroon tayo ng parang, parang naaalala natin yung childhood natin and latch into that.
Yeah, and I think that kumbaga yung Transformers, He-Man, they did to us what Marvel what the MCU did to the next generation.
That's right. That's right. I'm happy na ganun and I hope it's a gateway to which leads me to this topic na in comic books is still, for me, it's probably the best, hands down, the best storytelling medium is comic books. You have the visuals and you have the literature in one.
I agree.
Kasi in film, kasi ako, I'm also a filmmaker. I've done film, and I'm gonna promote a comic book that's based on my film. And I'm in advertising. I do commercials for a living. That's what I do to make money, and for my passion is to fund my passion, which is independent film and comic books. But more so now comic books, kasi I just realized for a long time, kasi I've been trying to get my films produced, and I just realized I just turned it into comic books. Why not? Kasi nga mas madaling, and and ever since naman I love comic books, and I realized it again at this late of my age, no, na parang it's the best storytelling medium. So
Why'd you say so?
because once you slow the reader down, nalalasap mo na yung character na yan eh. In film, pagkatapos na, i-rewind mo na. It's different pagka you stop, wait lang. When you look at this panel, diba?
May babad.
May babad.
Diba?
May babad. So for me, that's the best. And in that sense, in that regard, yung gateway na ginawa ng MCU or the DCU or what with the new generation is opening the floodgates to the world of comics. And when they go and read, let's say, Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman, they love this Superman. It's based on a lot of good properties. I can see the Kingdom Come-ish Alex Ross
the
type
logo,
dyan,
diba?
the logo. So pag binuksan nila yung Kingdom Come, that's a world, a different world. And I'm telling you, baka ito na maging morality nila pagtanda, because it was mine. It was mine when the first time I remember the first time I picked up a serious comic book, my first serious comic book. Syempre dati mga Stanley, ano pa, 80s ako eh. So Stanley, may mga magaganda, pero once I picked up my first Frank Miller book, which is Dark Knight Returns. Nagaling, shout out to my brother Eric De Leon, he made me read it. And the first time I read the Frank Miller book, now Dark Knight Returns, and you see Batman matanda, disgruntled, galit, it blew my mind. Parang this is not my Batman. This is not Super Friends. Diba? This is before that, si Adam West yung kilala ko.
This is not Adam West.
Si Super Friends, ang baduy eh. And this is a serious Batman. Then biglang dumating si Tim Burton's Batman. Biglang, oh my God, it's not dark. It started, yun na yun. Because of that, I became a Frank Miller fan. I devoured every Frank Miller book. And then I discovered my favorite Marvel mainstream superhero up to this day. It's Daredevil.
Talaga?
Daredevil talaga ang ano ko. Parang naging religion ko nung bata ako. So instead of the Bible, I was reading Daredevil. So Frank Miller's Daredevil, and I was in love with it until umabot na kay Bendis, umabot na kay Ed Brubaker, and that's it. I discovered a whole world of amazing storytelling through these akalain mong pambata, but it's not. Di ba?
Yeah, sa akin naman, I was introduced to kumbaga parang ang tawag ko diyan yung ni-level up mo yung art eh. Parang yung elevate the art, kasi I used to kasi probinsyano ako eh, and doon sa bayan namin hindi uso yung mga Marvel comics, hindi masyadong nakakarating doon.
Saan ka ba?
Laguna, pero
okay.
medyo rural yung sa amin, medyo underdeveloped during that time, especially in the 80s. And pero madami sa amin yung comics na yung inaarkila.
Liwayway.
Iba na eh, yung mga Pilipino, mga ganyan.
I collect those.
Oo, diba?
I love that. In-archive ko yun. Meron akong Zuma comics, meron akong mga Darna na Mars Ravelo ng luma. I love
yun.
those.
So, kasi yung pinsan ko kasi may tindahan siya eh. So doon ako nagbabasa.
Tapos nakasabit sa string.
Oo.
Tapos arkilahin mo ng piso ata or baka less pa eh.
Di ko na maalala. Basta ganun.
Babalik
Oo.
mo, tapos sira-sira
50 lang
na.
ata eh. 50 lang ata. Actually, isa yun daw sa mga nakatulong sa decline eh ng comics. Kasi dahil sa halip na bibili ka, naging arkilahan na lang, di ba?
Yeah.
So anyway, noong syempre parang you read these things, and especially pag may mga comedy comics eh, 'di ba? Na parang alam mo na comedy siya kasi una parang tawa comics, 'di ba? So
Kengkoy.
tapos makikita mo yung funny yung yung mga stories. Pero kumbaga first time kong na mind blown sa comics is after reading Pugad Baboy. Paul Medina's
I
Pugad
love
Baboy.
Pugad Baboy.
'Di ba? Kasi
It's brilliant.
nakabasa na ako ng madaming comedy comics. Pero nung nabasa ko yung Pugad Baboy,
Diba?
natatawa talaga ako. As in, may sound na tawa. Hindi ko...
But it's smart.
Oo, di ba?
May social commentary ang Pugad Baboy.
At saka, iba yung... Meron siyang ginagawa na iba.
Right.
Na, bakit dito... Kumbaga, parang nagtaka talaga ako noon eh. I was in grade 6
Right.
when I realized, natatawa ako dito sa Pugad Baboy, hindi katulad dito sa Halakhak. Parang alam ko lang na it's a fun story, pero hindi talaga ako napapatawa.
Right.
So I didn't know back then, but I studied it. Doon ako nagsimulang pwede mo palang i-elevate yung art ng comics. Kumbaga merong next level.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
'Di ba? And then I met Jerry Alangilan later on.
Right.
And pinahiram niya ako ng mga collections niya. Ito yung Miracle Man.
I love Miracle.
Diyan ako nabaliw talaga sa Miracle
Galing
Man.
kay Sir Jerry yan?
Ay hindi, this is na out of print kasi yan eh.
Iyan yung Miracle Man ni Grant Morrison or yung
Hindi,
Alan Moore?
Alan Moore, tapos yung kay Neil Gaiman din.
Yung Miracle Man.
Grabe yung doon ko nakita yung
Nuts yan, baliw yan.
Oo. At saka ang sinasabi ko lagi dito sa podcast, kung gusto mo mag-aral na gumawa ng comics, yung high level na storytelling ng comics, pag-aralan mo yung Frank Miller, yung Sin City, at saka itong Miracle Man. Kasi may ginagawa siya na medyo lengthy to explain.
Depends what you want to do. Kasi mamaya, you want to just write romance. So, kanya-kanya eh. Then you read Archie. Diba?
Tama, oo.
Diba? So it doesn't matter. I think kanya-kanya na yan. What I can't stand, Gerald, is yung mga some comics or some titles, even series and movies, pinapass on nila na, oh, this is gritty and dark. Kasi pag binasa mo yung content, hindi naman eh. Diba? I'll give you one example. Yung Titans na series, parang basura yun eh.
Talaga?
Parang pinanood ko, parang yung pa-dark, it's like parang edgelord ang tawag dyan sa comics. Parang masyadong edgelord. Masyadong, di ba, parang si Arrow, parang you failed this city. Parang,
it's like a stand-up comedian bombing. Parang gano'n.
Parang, it's like a pop singer trying to do heavy jazz.
Oh.
Gets mo? Nahiwala siyang kaalam-alam. It's like Avril Lavigne trying to play Frank Zappa. It's something like that. It's like Avril Lavigne trying to jam with Frank Zappa. It's not gonna happen. Diba? It's not gonna happen. Diba? It's gonna bumukha lang siyang tanga. You can't reach that level.
Oh.
So if you're pop, keep pop. If you want mababaw stuff and it's drama and it's funny, then that's great. It's still good storytelling. I love Archie.
Oo.
Ang babaw nun, pero I love it. When I read Archie, parang natatawa ako. Diba? May coming of age, may drama, may love story. I love it. Lalo na yung bago, yung Mark Russell na Archie, ang galing-galing nun.
Yes. Actually, ganyan din yung standards ko sa film eh. Hindi ako naghahanap na parang kailangan magkaroon ka ng social advocacy, di ba? Na parang, it doesn't have to be mind-blowing. You need to be entertaining first. First and foremost.
Unless yun yung theme talaga.
Oh.
Diba? If you're like Alan Moore, na kailangan yun yung theme mo. Diba? Or Frank Miller ka, it's a dissection of the hero trope, then that's fine.
Oo.
Diba? So, you have to find lang yung, I guess, yung what grabs you, di ba?
Yes.
Tapos doon ka may influence, and that's fine. I have no problems with pop. I love a lot of pop. Diba? Lahat naman tayo. I also love a lot of jazz and I also love a lot of heavy stuff. There's no problems with that. What I can't stand lang is yung nagpapaka.
Nagpapanggap, di ba?
Oo, nagpapaka something that you're not. Diba? Parang yan nga, yung ano ba ito? Yung Riverdale, di ba? Ginawa nilang pa-dark?
Oo nga.
Ano yun? What the hell was that? You could have just made a good Archie series and gawin mong drama, gawin mong coming of age, falling in love, and that's fine.
Yung mga yung mga parang pop songs na pinipilit gawing bossa nova.
Oo, ganun. Or nung araw, 'di ba, nauso yung mga new metal. Lahat ginagawang new metal kahit, 'di ba? So parang medyo I don't know. Well, again, if you like that, then to each his own.
Kanya-kanyang trip. May mga followers din naman 'di ba?
Mas maraming followers 'yun.
Oo nga
Papangit ng papangit, parami ng parami followers. Yun lang yung style doon. Yun yung na-realize ko sa mundo. And I accept it.
Oo nga no.
Wag kayo mag-alala, gagawa ako ng napakapangit na stuff like a really bad book and baka yun ang sumikat. I don't know.
Actually, you'll never really know din kasi talaga di ba?
Nah.
Na parang who would have parang guest na
Sikat si Frank Miller.
katulad ni let's say si Aldab, si Yaya Dab, biglang sikat. Ano bang ginawa niya? parang anointed lang siya ng kung sino di ba? Parang nag-ano lang naman siya, parang nakita ko yung kasi ni-research, paano ba naging sikat to? Meron siyang nag-video nag-selfie video siya na parang nagpapaikot-ikot lang siya sa ganitong chair.
Right.
Diba? Tapos yun, 2 million views.
Don't ask me. I'm not a marketing guy or a sales guy. I'm just a creator. So
I just chalked it up to parang meron talagang mga tao nang nginingitian ng internet
I guess do a social experiment. Mag-podcast kang may brief ka sa mukha.
Oo nga di ba?
Baka sumikat ka bigla kasi may brief ka sa mukha. Yung dignity mo mawawala, but I'm sure lalakas views mo kasi narinig mo na yung nag-podcaster may brief sa mukha. Or mag-makeup ka, di ba? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Again, di ba? Sinabi ko kay Mike Unson yan Alam mo, paano ka sumikat? Mag-bra ka or mag-brief ka sa mukha habang nag-stand up ka. Feeling ko sisikat ka. Do something really bad.
Oo nga, kasi if you're familiar with with the YouTubers right now, yung mga especially in the past few years. Actually ngayon medyo nagsisimula na rin mag-curate ang YouTube kasi nakita niya siguro ang daming mga basura content
I don't know. I just follow ilan lang ang channels na fina-follow ko. I just follow comic book channels na trip ko. Comic Tropes. Yan, si Comic Explained. Sikat yan, di ba? Si Danny Malt. Gusto ko yan. And I follow these little bits. John Zammer's comic book podcast. Yung mga local na they talk about comics, I follow that. I follow also film. Like, I follow, tag dito? Screen Rant, 'di ba? Film Buffs, ano ba yung isang film na basta ang dami kong fina-follow. It's all but most of those channels na fina-follow ko are all learning. Para may tinuturo sila.
Napanood mo yung one of my favorite podcasts ever is yung interview ni paano ito? Todd McFarlane, 'di ba?
With who?
I forget the name pero isang lang siya, parang guest lang siya. And he was explaining kung paano niya kasi innovator he's seen as an innovator in the industry na parang with his toy line na parang what? Parang paano mo nagawa yan yung McFarlane toys? Sabi ko, well, kumuha lang ako ng artist na mas nag-spend ng mas maraming time para maging mas detalyado yung mukha ng mga figures. And that's it.
Actually, with McFarlane, he's a content creator himself. Ang dami niyang ginagawa. With McFarlane, idol ko siya in a business sense. I think as a businessman, McFarlane is... he made Image Comics. Without him, walang Image. Without him, walang creator-owned titles.
Can you tell them about Image Comics?
Oh my God, ang haba nito.
Konti.
Well,
kasi it is pivotal moment
Oo,
talaga.
sobra. Sadly, yung unang editions, unang titles ng Image Comics, hindi ako fan. But the business sense, isipin mo, Todd McFarlane works for Marvel. He made the most famous Spider-Man cover. Yung
Oo.
the webbing na siya gumawa niya
Spaghetti
in your
webs.
face. Yes. So dun siya sumikat, 'di ba? He's a great artist in that sense. Ang problema ata basta hindi niya gusto yung politika sa Marvel. It's a big company. So what he did, kinuusap niya yung mga sikat, Will Sportacio, sina Love Liefeld, lahat yung mga yan.
Jim Lee.
Oo, sabi na, sama-sama na tayo guys. Umalis na tayo dito. Let's make our own. And this time, whatever character you make, whatever book you make, you own the rights. Yes. Kasi kung Marvel, you don't own any rights.
And that was revolutionary back then.
Yeah,
'Di ba?
yeah.
In the late 80s yun, no? Mid or late 80s or early 90s.
Around tail end of the 80s na when they did that, and it turned umikot yung panty ng Marvel dun eh.
Oo.
Parang what the hell is happening? Parang sila na bigla kasi Marvel is always known to be the rebel, di ba? Si DC yung medyo pop. Kumbaga si DC ang Eraserheads, itong si Marvel, siya yung parang mas metal, mas punk. Sila yung The Youth. I don't know if you get that reference. Or sino ba mas punk na yun? Eraserheads. Tapos sila yung parang ano ba mas punk na yun?
Beanie ang Marvel. Hindi, SB19.
Sino ba yung Beanie?
Ano ba?
Hindi ko kilala, sorry.
Mga bagay, P-pop yun eh.
Hindi, mas maangas, diba? Marvel was more punk rock, diba? So, biglang pumasok tong si Image, mas punk sila.
Oo nga.
So parang, gago kayo lahat. Kami na dito. So, nga lang, ito yung ayoko. The problem with McFarlane, he got all the best artists. In an interview, sinabi niya to. And one thing we forgot, to get writers. So they got all these good artists. None of them were writers. So they started writing their own stuff and it was bad.
Oo nga.
Sorry, Image fans, you can kill me. But now, bumaliktad na. Image now for me is one of the best publications. Walking Dead. Diba? Robert Kirkman is now one of the heads of Image and he's doing a great job. Invincible.
Grabe, no?
Ang gaganda ng titles ng Image, di ba?
And that was yung revolution na yun. Parang inspired a lot all over the world. Na parang it was like parang light bulb moment na what? Hindi ko pala kailangang gumawa. Hindi ko kailangang pumila dun sa mga publishers kasi a lot of people na artists na nagpasa hindi naman sila tanggap eh. 'Di ba? And si Todd McFarlane lang naman talaga yung ulol na parang hundreds of times siya nagpumilit, 'di ba?
Little do you know, I auditioned for Marvel.
Really?
There was a company here called, I think, Glass House.
Glass House.
Pangalan. And nag-audition ako sa Glass House and hoping, kasi fine arts ako eh. Hoping na my first dream talaga was to become a comic book artist, creator. Yun talaga first dream ko. Habang ginagawa ko yung mga comics ko na ganyan, nagbabanda ako. For some reason, parang mas naging busy ako sa banda kasi kumikita ako. Biglang nag-session ako for bands like Mojo Fly, Brown Beat All Stars. Biglang, uy, may pera pala dito. so nag-stick ako doon ng konti. I was sessioning for other pop singers, diba? Nino Alejandro and other stuff. So biglang, may pera pala sa ganito. So parang sa pinagsisihan ko, to my regret, nabitawan ko yung comics. I put it aside for a long, long time because I concentrated with music. For a good 15 years of my life. Maybe even more. Baka 20 years pa ata. Counting now, kasi up to now. I own a place called Tiny Bar. It's all music. Diba? So yun, lately, nung pandemic, na-realize ko, fuck, I gotta get back to my first love, which is comic books, which is this. So I started writing my own. Well, matagal ko nang nasulat yun and I started, sabi ko, I gotta fix all of those. So lahat ng titles ko that I've been thinking of, that I've been writing in my spare time, inayos ko na. I spent a good 2 years of the tail end of the year, 2022 to 2024. I've been writing almost every day, just fixing lahat ng titles ko. So I plan to release one-shots. Ito yung first one-shot ko. Next one-shot ko is this one, Sampaguita, which is, ito, Ashcan lang to. This is a sampler. And I'm releasing the full version of that next year, February. Then after that, I'll release 5 more one-shots. Puros ganito. One-shots meaning isang comic lang to.
Crossing.
Wala nang kasunod. This is tapos
one shot talaga yan.
one shot talaga. It's a contained story, one comic book. After that, ito kailangan ko na ng publisher because I plan to release na my graphic novel.
Pero same universe yung mga one shots na yun.
Parang maybe baka isang story lang ang tatawid. Crossing kasi I write crime. Mahilig talaga ako sa crime.
Okay.
Crime, drama, action, revenge. So ito baka tumawid to sa isang title ko, but it's really yan, it's all patayan, krimen kasi yan ang inspiration ko dito sa Pilipinas eh.
Ito kang. Oy, Bedo,
all crime.
do you write the horror din or crime horror? Not
No,
really.
just crime. Crime and meron akong isa, actually dalawa, post-apocalyptic. The End of Man. One is, yung isa seryoso, The Balance. It's about, i-release ko yan next year din. Hopefully baka December next year. It's called The Balance. It's about, what if lahat ng animals, kung may mamatay na animal, may mamatay na tao.
Oh.
So the earth started balancing our population with animals. So yan ang parang end of the human race sa akin, and that's what I want to do, to kill the human race anyways. Then yung isa naman, comedy. Yun, yung patawa ko na yun. Comedy love story. I call it Release Me. What if one day hindi na tayo lahat makatae? Parang some magnetic field in the earth stopped us from defecating and namamatay na lahat. Actually, kung di ka pala tumain ng ilang araw or linggo, magkaka-heart attack ka pala.
Talaga?
Oo, pinag-aralan ko yun nung sinusulat ko yung Release Me.
Kala ko parang some kind of poisoning ang mangyayari
Oo,
sa'yo.
magkaka-poisoning ka and it'll affect your heart.
Okay.
So yun. Well, anyways. Yan yung mga plans ko for, it's all, my plans until I get to my 50s, because I'm old already, guys. I get to my 50s, wala na. It's just to keep on writing. Ito yung retirement.
Are you planning to make this into film later on?
Yes, actually, this is funny to ask us. This is a film.
Film na yan before pa.
This was a film. Maybe you can link the film here. You can watch it for free. It's on YouTube. You can link the film. This was made into a film before it was a comic book. So my friend Mark Misa directed and produced the film. Then sabi ko, I'll release the comics after. So ito yung comics. Mas maraming laman yung comics. Kasi sa film, you don't need a lot of exposition. Hindi mo kailangan maraming iniisip, di ba? Kasi film, action eh. Pero in comics, you kinda need it. Ang hirap. So, you can, if you get the comic book, it's available in Coffee and Comics, my shop. The QRs are here if you want to watch the film, if you want to listen to the song, and if you want to, follow my podcast. Yeah.
When did you make the film? Kailan siya
2020.
2020. Medyo recent lang.
Very recent. Noong 2020, biglang nag-pandemic. So, nag-edit kami buong pandemic. Nilabas namin 2021 and 2022. Nag-Cinemalaya siya.
Wow.
And VidC Singapore. So, it gained a lot of recognition awards.
Nice.
Around. So, alam mo naman dito, pag hindi tayo-tayo lang yan, it means tayo-tayo lang. So, hindi yan aabot sa mass market.
Sabi ko sa'yo, dami mo nagdi-discover dito kay LC. Di ba? Pero, ito, now that you're coming back to comics, kasi, ang daming, kumbaga, the local comics scene is very well alive and kicking.
Yes.
And yung community is thriving.
Yeah.
Pero ang dami pa ring mga problema, 'di ba? Ang dami pa rin nilang mga minsan nakakalungkot nga ibang post ng mga yung nung ibang mga creators, 'di ba? And parang there's a lot of it is a fun community, but there's also a lot of despair happening.
Well, yung disparity comes from, kasi ang nangyari, di ako matagal sa eksena na yan. Bago lang ako. Di ako masyadong may eksena. Medyo loner ako, Gerald. So, I've been like that talaga ever since. So, pag nandun ako sa Comic-Con, Comic-Con, okay naman, you see people na customers, pero kadalasan it's really kayo nagsusuportan, which is great. It's nice sana that it expands more to the mass market. Kasi hindi nila alam. And yeah, you're right. Minsan yung mga ibang nakikita mong post, I'm not, ayoko nga maging ganun eh. Nasasad ako when I see that. Kasi
diba?
during my time, during yung bata ako, pag may comics ka, ang angas mo eh. Di ba parang,
Talaga?
During my time, parang ako, for me, kasi I'm a comic book nerd, I mean, isipin mo, the guys who made Ninja Turtles, ang angas mo, si Peter Laird, sina Eastman, ang angas nun, may sarili kang comics, ang angas mo. Di ba? Para kang rockstar, tingin ko sa'yo. So, I feel sad na parang they're kind of begging for you to buy it. Parang, for me, I tell them naman, if you want this, if you like crime, if you like people, if you like to see bad people being gutted and killed, you buy my comics. Diba? Yun na yun. But if you don't like it, it's fine. It's not for you. Nandun yung mga anime or yung mga love story. That's fine. So, I guess, kailangan mo lang, my point being, kailangan mo lang hanapin yung niche, I think. And hopefully, mahanap ko yung niche ko with my comics kasi it's all true crime ako eh. Na ini-embellish ko lang in fiction pero it's mostly based on true stories.
It's and madami na ring may mga syempre may mga characters dito sa local comics industry na parang trying very hard na 'di ba na parang paano ba natin gagawin to? Paano natin hindi ko na nga alam ko exactly. That's why I plan to to invite a lot of comics people, these leaders na parang what is the goal? Kasi dati nung mga early 2000s, ang sinasabi patay na ang comics. 'Di ba? May mga ganun eh. Yun ang sentiment dati, patay na ang comics.
Right.
And then people like Jerry Alangilan, sina Arnold Are, said, hindi patay ang comics. Kasi eto, ganyan, may mga ganyan. So, nag-iba lang. Hindi ko alam kung, kasi dati, ang ibang sinasabi, buhayin ang comics. Yun ang sinasabi ni Carlo Caparas. 'Di ba? Buhayin ang comics. Tapos nag-release siya ng comics. Buhay na ang comics. Ganun yung ganun yung mga narratives. Ngayon hindi na ako masyadong aware kung ano yung goal.
Comics is medyo mahina ang sales na yun because everything is online, they can read it for free. And that's fine. I think ang sustainability ko nakikita for me personally is my books are all film based. And I plan to turn all of these into another medium. Pero ito yung main. Ang books ang main and hopefully maging film, no? If not film, maybe an animation, which is better, So what's sad with the whole explosion ng MCU and DCU, which is the biggest money-making machines right now, you would think na dahil nag-explode ang MCU, dinala niya yung comics. Di ba? Parang, oh my God, pag ganito kalaki Marvel, that means comic books is right next to it. Kasi yun yung main, di ba? Yun yung, dun siya galing. Apparently, it's not eh. Parang hiwalay nga yung crowd eh.
Actually, yun ang isang gripe ko sa Marvel at saka sa DC eh. Diba? Parang, bakit hindi nyo pinopromote yung comics? Ano ba naman yung mag-post si Robert Downey Jr. na,
right,
diba?
Right.
Nagbabasa siya ng latest Iron Man issue.
Totoo.
Diba? Parang,
that would help.
Diba? Parang hindi nila naisip, diba? Na parang, look, hindi, kumbaga these material are still available, 'di ba? And they need support.
That would help.
'Di ba? Hindi ko bakit I was parang naghihintay ako isang Instagram post ni Robert Downey 'yun, 'di ba?
Yeah, pero although kudos kay sa Marvel and DC kahit papaano, 'di ba? Pansin mo yung mga introduction nila sa mga films nila. Kunyari yung DC, galing sa comic book rack. Tapos
Oo.
magiging film, di ba? Marvel, yung pages, di ba? So, may effort silang i-promote yun eh. You can see it eh. It's just not following up. I guess people are tamad na to read. I think iba na talaga ang tao na yun. They want faster
And I think siguro
entertainment.
hindi rin nila naisip, 'di ba? Kumbaga parang not a lot of people demand it. Isa pang gripe ko about comics media content creators is yung pag napag-uusapan yung mga YouTube channels, hindi binabanggit yung mga artists eh. 'Di ba? There's very few people, very few channels that let's say si
Maybe.
Valiant. Hindi niya sinasabi.
I guess.
'Di ba? Parang
Pero dapat sinasabi.
oo, 'di ba? It's parang look, there is
Give credit where credit is due, di ba?
and also there is a community
Right.
na hindi na parte yun ng lore.
Right.
'Di ba? Na parang pag sinabi mong Miracle Man, aling Miracle Man 'yan? Aling Watchmen 'yan? Yan ba yung mga bago o yung OG talaga?
Right.
'Di ba? Anong universe 'yan? Sino yung kanino based yung Spider-Man na drawing niyan, 'di ba?
Right.
So, kasama 'yun sa sa culture ng comics eh.
Right. Right. So yeah, I guess I don't know eh. I don't know how kasi again, hindi ako marketing and sales guy. So I just create. Ang mahirap talaga is especially for creators is to sell themselves. Ang hirap din yun eh. Now, you're right. Sana nga i-promote ng mga artista yun. Ano?
Oo, 'di ba?
Kasi yung iba naman, sinasabi nila na comic book fan sila. Like sina Jason Momoa, sinasabi nila, sina Chris Hemsworth, they're saying that I'm a fan of the comics.
Si Ryan Reynolds.
I'm a fan of the comics. Then promote it. Diba?
Oo nga eh.
But I think they do hindi lang masyado. Maybe a little bit, but taplis. Pero they should. They should actually promote comic book shops.
Oo nga.
'Di ba? Ako yan ako I own another Coffee and Comics as a comic book shop
Oo.
and a cafe. And I'm trying to get medyo cool celebrities to promote it. So hopefully yan I saw Joey Ayala hanging out in my cafe one time.
Talaga?
Pinicturean ko, pinost ko sa Instagram. Mga ganun lang nagagawa ko eh. Kasi hindi naman I can only do so much. Ronnie Lazaro, I see all this, si Salome, Salve. I mean, they've been hanging out in my cafe and I see them, you're a celebrity. Can I take your picture? And I post it my Instagram. Sure. Okay naman. Nag-oblige naman sila. So, it helps talaga. You're right. It helps na may konting celebrity push, you know.
Pero how about your bars naman? Kasi hindi yung Coffee and Comics pang ilan na yung bar mo?
No, that's just two. It's two technically two establishments. Tiny Bar is recording studio na may bar sa loob. Coffee and Comics is a comic book shop na may cafe sa loob. Na pinagdikit ko lang.
Oo nga eh.
So, more or less, it's the same thing.
Well, the Tiny Bar is one of the coolest places that you can hang out. Talaga.
Thank you. Maybe we can link,
Oh, yes. Definitely. And yung Tiny Bar kasi, tambayan talaga ng mga artist yun. As in, lahat ng nakita ko doon, you can have conversations
with Myro ng Stone Free, stuff like that. Yeah.
Diba? And a lot of these people, parang, minsan kasi yung mga frontman lang naman ang makikilala mo eh, diba? Unfortunately.
Marami doon mga bassist ni Franco, mga tipong ganun,
diba?
gitarista ni ganito. I'm fine. Anak ni Kokichua. I mean, these people hang out there. And I'm happy. Even creators, a lot of comic book creators hang out there.
Stand-up comedians, di ba?
Oh, yeah. Bahay ni na Mike Unson. A lot of my comic book creator friends, sina JV Tatuatko. Shout out to JV Tatuatko. Another good podcaster, Doi Tano, Comics Cube. Yun, they sometimes they hang out there. So, yan. Hopefully, dumami pa.
Yung Black Kings Bar ba?
We were kind of partners with that place, pero hindi namin masyadong, kasi ang dami na nun eh. And it was operated by good friends of ours in Anel.
Okay.
Pero the market was different. I think the market was more of the medyo mas rock,
Oo nga.
metal. So, iba yung eksena.
Oo.
So, I think the reason I made something like this na I wanted more maturity, more medyo hipster, mature, na intimate na conversation area.
Oo nga.
Kasi ang gusto ko talaga, which happens naman every day, you guys can check it out, go to Coffee and Comics or the Tiny Bar. There's a conversation every day.
Oo nga eh.
Di ba? Parati tayo nagkukwentuhan doon, and mostly if it's not film, it's comic books. If it's not comic books, it's music. If it's not music, it's philosophy. If it's not ganito, it's ganyan.
At saka madaming yung mga tumutugtog doon, magagaling talaga eh. Di ba? Madami talaga. Lalo na pag si Elsie.
Ay, wow.
Grabe.
Thank you.
Hindi, pero ano naman talaga, di ba? Like you said, parang you are a seasoned musician na rin talaga. Can you tell us some stories about music, your music career naman?
Oh my gosh. Like I said, my first dream was to become a comic book creator. Pero nga na step aside. Well, I loved already rock. As a kid, bata pa lang ako, I already loved rock. I guess na-associate ko in comics and rock para magkasama.
Talaga?
I always associated.
Sabagay, sa pulp, merong comics na din yung comics ni Jerry Alanguila.
Wasted.
Di ba?
I mean, di ko nga alam ba't na yun naghihiwalay eh. But I always saw good music or punk rock or good, really heavy music with comic books. When I read, let's say, Watchmen, when I read Alan Moore's story, nasa background ko, Miles Davis or something heavier. So, parati yung I don't know why now, parang, I don't know, maybe ako lang, maybe it's just me. Anyways, so, I dabbled into playing guitar, and I'm not anything else but a guitar player. That's my musical thing. I just play guitar, and I wanted to be the fastest guitar player. So I started playing with heavy metal, thrash metal band. I started with Rumble Belly when I was, I think, 18 lang ata ako, 17. Then after that, dire-diretso na. I started sessioning with other musicians. I started sessioning with other bands and solo artists. One of my favorite session gigs was Brown Beat All-Stars kasi ska.
Talaga?
Pero mabigat. It's punk ska. So I loved it.
Naging regular sessionista ka din sa...
Naging regular sessionista ako sa mga banda. Tapos, I didn't expect to like it that much. Then it opened my doors to punk. Gustong-gusto ko na. Biglang tumtuwa na ako to punk. Tapos sabi ko, and I still like technical stuff. So I wanted to fuse the two. Sabi ko, I wanted to merge like rock fusion with punk. So how will I do that? And I'm a big Primus fan and Frank Zappa and all that. So medyo nandun na yung fusion. Sabi ko, I want something like that. Na parang Primus, Zappa, Fish. Medyo rock fusion na punk. Mabigat pero rock fusion. So I put up my own band. I called it Reklamo. And it was a 3-man outfit na nandun yung technicality but it was still punk.
And it also helped that your brothers are also musicians,
it
diba?
helped. My brother was the drummer of Reklamo. Then eventually, my other brother, Marco, became the bass player. Pero hindi siya bassist. Gitarista siya. Then eventually, naging 4-piece kami. I got a good friend of ours, si Alcy. Then na yun, yung iteration ng Reklamo is Joel Mondonedo and Jed Dairit. Pero I put that aside kasi medyo I'm old na. So medyo hindi na ako ganun kagalit. So
talaga? Ano bang, kasi yung Reklamo, parang nakikita ikaw yung may hat ka parang nakaburi hat ka doon, nakasalakot, di ba?
Yeah. Kasi ayoko makakita ng tao, mahihain ako. So
talaga? Yun.
That was the reason. I was covering my face.
Hindi ko alam kung saan ko nakikita. Sa Dread ba yun?
Wala nang Dread ng time ng Reklamo. I think we started 2007, 2008. Then tapos lately lang, nung pandemic, 2020, parang sabi ko, let's rest muna ako dito. Medyo pagod na ako. Hindi na ako ganun kagalit. Now, I have a new band with really good musicians. I call it Elsie and the Frustrations.
The Frustration Frustrated na lang, hindi na galit.
Hindi na ako galit. Frustrated na lang ako. So, lahat ng frustration ko sa mga gusto kong tugtugin dati na hindi ko natugtog, idadaling ko dito. So, we do a lot of jazz, a lot of Allman Brothers, Rock Fusion, so stuff like that. Medyo mabigat, medyo malalim, pero yun ang trip ko talaga eh. And I just wanna play guitar. I just wanna play as much as I can. So ito yung parang break ko. Writing a comic book, Gerald, kasi it drains me din eh. Kasi
Actually,
nadadala ako dun sa character.
Do you draw as well?
Yeah, I do, but wala na akong oras kasi I still work part-time and advertising. So, and I handle a shop, a bar, no? So, wala na akong oras. So, what I do is I will write it. I will do the parang peg pencils, yung mga
thumbnails,
guide ng artist. And,
I see.
Like this one, Sampaguita, this is actually dapat magiging film to eh. Eh wala akong budget, so gagawin ko munang comics. And this has Sampaguita has been in my orbit for a while. I probably a good 10 years na namin sinusulat with my co-creator Mark Misa. And ang kwento nito, this is a 13-year-old girl that sells Sampaguita vendor siya that kills pedophiles.
Oh.
So yung Sampaguita garland niya, yung Sampaguita flowers niya, yun yung garote niya sa loob. So it's crime. It's crime. So
may supernatural elements
wala,
ba?
I never put any supernatural. I leave it to the other creators. Di ako mahilig sa magic, hindi ako mahilig sa mga supernatural. So I keep it grounded. It's true crime.
Street level
crime, corruption, which is, to tell you the truth, commonplace na sa bansa natin. Diba? As in, blatant crime na tayo, blatant corruption.
Diba?
Ang dami kong nahuhugutan na kwento, nakikinig lang ako ng news.
Yung Vice President nga, di ba? Parang nagde-death threat siya and live streamed din, no? Pero yeah, especially in the past recent years. It's ano ba yung tatanong ko kanina? So, yung sa mga banda mo, mga ano yung mga inabutan mo na eksena?
Emo.
Emo?
When Reklamo came out, it was all emo and lahat
Pogi rock era ba yan?
Pogi rock and emo and lahat naka betlog jeans, di ba? Yung skinny jeans na masisikip. Sabi ko po, kami baliktad. Kami flares. Iba talagang we went totally the opposite direction. Guitar solos were gone at that point. Walang nagsosolo. It was all ching 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 ching, mga riff na emo-ish ganun.
What can you say about that? Kasi
I hate it. Wala akong pake.
Hindi kasi naging napag-usapan namin yan nung naging guest ko si Perf De Castro dun sa
I love
nung
Perf Idol.
Nanood ako nung nung nandito siya recently.
Right.
Isang pinagsisihan ko, hindi ko siya na-invite mag-podcast kasi may dala akong right then and there. Dala ko to eh.
He would have said probably yes.
Hindi ko naisipan. Tapos nandun pa si Ed, si
Michael Gar.
Michael Gar. Anyway, isa sa mga napag-usapan namin is yung kahit naman sa sa mga international foreign acts. Siya yung mga guitar heroes parang nawala. Nasaan na yung mga Slash?
During that time, nung mid 2000s until probably 2010s or 12s, during that time parang dead.
Oo nga eh.
So I guess the reason I formed Reklamo, puros naman kami solo. Puros kami improv. So parang hindi rin kami nagigets, I think.
Pero why do you think nag-decline yung ganun? Parang it used to be one of the coolest things in the world when you see Slash, di ba? When you see Jimmy Page.
Wala lang. I mean, ganun talagang, I guess, kanya-kanyang generations. But, I'm so happy now, bumalik na siya.
Bumalik na ba?
Oh, yeah. Snarky Puppy, ewan ko kung mapapanood nila to before Snarky Puppy plays. Kasi Snarky Puppy tutugtog next year. Snarky Puppy is a jazz fusion instrumental band and it's sold out, diba? It's selling like hotcakes. So, ang dami na, iba na yun. I like it. Perf is now sikat again. I'm so happy that na yun meron ng pumapasok. That's the reason sabi ko, I think it's time to form my own instrumental band, which is Frustrations.
Oo.
Kaya pinasok ko na siya. Kasi feeling ko, this is, ang laki na ng, wala na talaga siyang center eksena. As I see it, walang center eksena na yun sa music.
Oo,
Parang
agree.
kanya-kanya na siya. And I'm fine with that. I like it that way.
And,
Kasi maghanap ka na lang ng trip mo.
kasi dati, ngayon pag nakita mo yung mga concerts, mga gigs, let's say may malaking prod, magkakahalo na yung mga mga acts na parang may mga banda, merong mga P-pop, yung mga basta yung mga solo artist magkakasama sila sa isang gig, sa isang malaking event. Unlike before na parang yung Wolfgang hindi mo pwedeng samahan ng freestyle yan 'di ba? Parang segregated yung mga genre Eh ngayon kasi parang nawala yung separation na yun. Hindi ko alam kung anong nangyari.
Hindi ko alam.
'Di ba?
I don't know kung magkakasama sila lahat. I guess may chop suey effect na yun. Pero sana na pinapanood lahat, 'di ba? I hope na appreciate. I would like to think parang mas appreciative na ang tao now, ang masa.
Oo.
I would like to think that. And I think meron naman. I think I can feel naman parang marami na mas nag-iisip na yun kaysa yung dati talaga na parang ito lang trip nila, ito yung trip nila, di ba?
Well, one thing na napansin ko ngayon talaga is yung P-pop. Kumbaga, it's not our thing dun sa generation natin, yung P-pop. Hot take ko to. Tingin ko, yung P-pop right now of the early 2020s, parang it has matched the fervor of yung panahon ng Eraserheads.
Right.
Parang actually nalampasan na nila kasi nag-i-international na yung SB19 tsaka Beanie. Para sa akin hindi naranasan ng Eraserheads yun.
I'm fine with that. I like that we have our own P-pop. I'm fine. I hope dire-diretso yan. I hope it's time for us to conquer the world. Okay yun. For me, I love that. Kasi pag pumasok yan, di sunod-sunod na yung iba.
Exactly. Kaya kailangan, actually meron ako isang channel, pinag-uusapan ko yung mga P-pop. Kasi may mga nanonood. Actually, magre-react sana ako sa mga musicians. Since nakita ko, ito yung mga pinapanood ng mga Pilipino. So, I checked it out. And, wala, nakakatawa din talaga siya. And, there's a lot of moving parts doon sa sa fandom noon kasi yung mga personalities din mismo, 'di ba? Right. And hindi na lang kasi celebrity culture yung ginagawa nung nakabase kasi siya sa K-pop.
Right.
Ang analysis ko diyan parang yung K-pop kasi, 'di ba? Hindi naman bago yung mga boy bands 'di ba?
No.
'Di ba? So mga Commodores pa lang boy band na 'yun
Beatles was a boy band.
Oh, 'di ba? Tapos more recently yung mga NSYNC, 'di ba?
Right.
Pero for me, when they were popular, they were celebrities yung ngayon, ang ginawa nila, they created celebrities. Ang K-pop, gumawa sila ng brand na parang let's say yung Blackpink, brand yun.
Yeah.
Diba? Tapos meron silang mga merch, meron silang yung mga light stick. Hindi naisipan ng NSYNC yun. Backstreet Boys, ni na Britney Spears,
Maybe
diba?
not. I don't know. Hindi ko alam.
So sa nila, ngayon, yun ang ina-adapt ng Pilipino.
I guess. Ako hindi ko alam siya. I'm so out of like kung anong
The mainstream.
Kung anong sikat. Ang alam ko independent.
Oo.
Like third world power comic book sa banda I like Gundam Funk.
Gundam Funk?
That's a band that's sometimes plays in our practices in Tiny Bar, and I'm a fan of them. They're kids. They're 19, 20-year-old kids, and they play Vulpec, like as in technical stuff. Biglang sabi, I hope may mangyari dun sa kids na yun because I like what they're doing. So, yan. So, yan ang mga pinapakinggan. So, I have nothing against the P-pop, and I hope it flourishes kasi dala na tayo lahat.
Yun, tama. Kasi malay mo, yung Gundam,
Gundam Funk.
Gundam Funk, malay mo, one of them, parang, ma-shout out sila, di ba?
Sure.
And then,
I would
you'll
love
never
that.
know, di ba?
I would love that to happen.
Yeah.
I really would.
Oo.
I would, yan ang dream ko sa Pilipinas na we become global.
Kasi LC and the frustrations yung baba. How frustrated are you about music the music industry?
It's more of the na-frustrate ako. I think more on the sorry, I'll be blunt na with this.
Yes.
Na-frustrate ako sa independent production scene.
Why?
Kasi isipin mo, for 20 or more so years, ganito ang style ng, not all may magagaling na production, pero may mga production doon na they would get gazillion bands, mga 10 to 15 bands, tapos walang tema, parang halo-halo lang, tapos pag pupunta ka doon sa bar, walang show, walang host, yung program, first come, first play. Diba? Pagkatapos umalis yung banda, alisan din na rin yung hatak nun. Parang, I never liked that. Sabi ko nga,
yung huli, wala nang nanonood, diba?
Oo, parating kawawa. Yung nakakainis dito, yung sasabihin pa ng producer na, last kayo kasi kayong pinaka hihintayin. Hindi totoo yun.
Oo nga.
That's never true. Even the sikat bands, kahit urban dub, they'll play at 12 o'clock. Tapos, aalis na after. So kawawa parati yung the last band syndrome. Meron nga akong actually comics na ilalabas, ang title nun, Barker. It's about that. It's about yung eksena na yun. Na it's about this struggling band. Parati silang last band. So parati silang kawawa. Waiter na lang nanonood.
Naranasan ko yan.
Naranasan natin lahat yan. So yan ang ayoko. Kaya doon ako na-frustrate. And lo and behold, when I did the frustrations, may kumuha sa amin na producer and we did one gig and ganun din ulit. Parang, what? After 25 years, ganito pa rin? Like, walang program? Walang show? Walang din nila naisip na first band, ito, walang curation?
Lista-lista lang diba?
Parang, sige, tugtog lang kayo dyan. Sino next? Ikaw ang next. Ikaw na next. Sige na. Late na sila dumating. Last na kayo. Come on. Hindi dapat ganun. It has to be a show as a whole. Kasi people go there, they'll pay a 300, 150, 300 pesos ticket. They want to see they want to you make the audience stay for the whole show.
Oo nga.
And yun ang naging frustration ko, sabi ko, pagka gumawa kami ng bar, ito mangyari. And proud ako sa Tiny Bar and Coffee and Comics. Ganun.
How do you do things in Coffee in the Tiny Bar?
Pinakamarami na yung 4 na banda. We don't want to go more. If ever may 5th or 6th, dapat hindi na banda yan. Either a folk singer or stand-up comedian. Then parating may show. We always say na, sinong host mo? Is it a show? Ganito? Is it explain to us what's gonna happen? Ganito kasi ganito may theme to, ganito. Ang theme nito is, kunyari, this is a fundraiser for cancer awareness. Okay yan. Gusto ko yan. Kasi may tema. Di ba? May yung mga bands na kinuha nila, they would say something about cancer. Or if it's awareness, or if it's something na kunyari, this is a funk night. So lahat ng banda may funk elements. Di ba? This is a female-led show, female-fronted bands show. Lahat female-fronted. I'm fine with that. Tapos may host, may program, may resting period. Okay, we're gonna take a 15-minute break para sa Yossi. When you come back, Yossi break muna kayo. When you come back, the next band is gonna... Di ba? Malinis. Hindi yung parang... My God, may mga producer talaga. Kukuha ako maraming banda. Sige, tumugtog lang kayo dyan. Tugtog. Tapos mamaya wala na nga yung producer Nanga 1 o'clock ng umaga, wala na yung producer. Sino next band? Ito yung next band. Nasa waiter na yung listahan. Oh my God. Dapat bawal na yan.
Yung Yossi break, magandang yun Magandang idea yun
We always have breaks.
Kasi sometimes pag tutugtog ka na, tapos
Dire-diretso,
mag-aalisan yung iba kasi hindi pa sila uuwi, pero magbe-break lang sila, di ba?
That's what we do because we prioritize as a show. In our place, we want it as a show na parang pupasok ka doon, ito pa nga malupit wala kaming entrance. You just go there. You never pay the entrance.
Oo nga,
we don't as of now, wala pa muna.
Yun yung isang one thing that's very, kumbaga parang very notable dun sa Tiny Bar is meron silang pass the hat system dun
tips.
Na parang sige, pay what you can, 'di ba?
Tips.
magtitip ka lang kung anong kaya.
And you'll be surprised, sometimes we get a lot, we get that bucket full na minsan, pag nag-entrance ka, tatalunin pa ng tips.
Oo.
So parang mas okay yun. Kasi nandun ka na nag-enjoy ka na
Actually,
nalasing ka na So,
Oo. Actually, ako, hindi naman sa maganda, pero galante ako.
thank you. Ako, yun lang yung pinaka-frustration ko with the scene, no, ng music scene, na parang, stop doing all these productions pag wala kayong show.
Even the bigger ones, ganun din ba? Kasi I never played.
I don't know. Mga big ones usually may program yan. Maganda na yung nakalatag na yan.
Actually, parang ngayon ko lang na-realize to, no, na parang yung mga gigs kasi, parang you treat it as one full show, hindi lang yung isang, 'di ba? Kasi parang nanood ka ng sine.
Exactly.
Hindi pa tapos yung pelikula, alis ka na, 'di ba?
Hindi ka naman manonood ng isang part ng pelikula, alis ka na, 'di ba?
Diba?
It should be treated that way.
Oo nga.
It should be like a play. Tatapusin mo yung everything. Ako, yan ang pinaka-grepo. And stand-up comedians do it well. May show sila. Mas organized sila in that regard versus yung tayo, yung mga independent production ng Churva.
Oo.
Yan, kaya I guess ginagawa namin to sa Tiny Bar in a way para makita rin nila na parang ito dapat to.
Oo.
This is how it should be. If you still want to do your production, bahala ka na dyan. Shout out sa mga banda, there are better productions than those guys. Maghanap kayo ng may program na will start on time, 'di ba?
Sa importante 'yun.
Oo, yung bibigyan ka ng oras o you play at 12, dapat nandun ka na ng 11, 'di ba?
Yun ang kailangan mo naman. Kailangan maging professional ka rin.
Ang dami kasi mga sisingit-singit na banda. Ang daming ganun Pag pasingit naman, naku, na-late si ganito, mauusog na siya. Sorry, pag na-late, wag na.
Oo.
'Di ba? Late ka na So, ang hirap and it's harder pag maraming banda. So, keep it controllable, which is around 4 or 5 bands at the most.
Yun nga. Tsaka parang bitin ng doon sa banda rin mismo 'di ba? Bitin yung tugtog mo, ba? 2 kanta ka lang, layo ng dinayo mo.
I'd rather watch a band that will play like 5, 6 songs or even 10 songs na dire-diretso. Malalasap mo sila kaysa yung 2 kanta, 3 kanta. Oh my God, mas matagal pa yung setup mo
Kaya nga, 'di ba?
Di ba? So parang ang kalokohan na yun for me. It's something that I never liked it. The very first Alberto sa Dread tinugtugan ko, I never liked it. I don't like it before. I don't like it now. I think it should stop. And minsan nabibiktima ako sa ganyan. Kung sabihin sa akin, di, 12 talaga kayo. Di, okay to, makaprogram kami. Pagdating doon, ba't kami 2 o'clock na?
Oo.
Di ba parang, oh my God.
May nilayasan ka na ba?
Oo, ilang beses.
Talaga?
Oo, bis binabalik ko yung bayad.
Ah, talaga?
Oo, parang wag na, okay lang, sige lang, alis na kami.
Oh.
Diba? Abono na, diba? Money out ko na to. Diba? Kasi syempre gumastos ka ng gasolina, diba? Nag-practice kayo, uminom ka na, binilibre mo na yung mga kabanda mo. Diba?
Oo nga, no?
So these are things that, I don't know. It's
Anong nagiging reaction nung kasi problema na yan, nung na-interview ko si Scarlett, parang
ganun na rin siya.
Diba?
Same sentiments.
Nag-away na nga sila nung naway niya na nga daw yung Wolfgang dati dahil nangingit ng Wolfgang.
Kasi hindi kasalanan, I don't think kasalanan ng Wolf, kasalanan ng producer yun.
Oo, ganun.
Dapat naging on time sila. They started on time, di ba? They kept to the program.
Speaking of that, yung bang community ng kasi hindi lang naman mga musikero ang nasa community ng scene ng eksena, 'di ba? Ng live band scene, 'di ba? Kasama magkakilala yung mga nag poprod, 'di ba? Mga tao niyan, mga manager, 'di ba? Mga kumbaga may mga markado ba talaga?
Hindi ko alam Although I think naghihiwalay-hiwalay ng scene. Parang mas even in the guitar community, parang naghiwalay-hiwalay na nga
Talaga?
Oo, ang laki kasi. In a way, kunyari, na yun, mga nakakasama ko, parang hindi masyadong nakikisama dun sa mga guitar communities na malalaki na. Dahil sila nag-aaway-away. So parang kami, nagbaband together na kami na ayaw na natin dyan. Dito na tayo. So tayo lang mag-uusap. Parang ganun. in a way, parang may maliit na nga kaming guitar community sa bar eh. Ang tawag ko nga doon, Ego. Electric Guitarist and Others. So kami na ni na Rob, din na Jack, parang sinawax. I mean, nagkakaroon kami ng small guitar community doon na we all, inom kami sa bar, we hang out, we'll talk about guitars all night, and I love it. So parang gano'n na nangyari, parang I guess kanya-kanya na rin eksena even inside the guitar community or I don't know, sa ibang community.
Pero, kumbaga, yung, yung sabo, guitar community, a lot of people parang, pwede palang magkaroon ng community sa guitar, diba?
Oo, pwede ka magko-community kahit ano, kahit let's say, extension cord community. Baka meron pa nga niyan, you'll be surprised sa Facebook, sa Facebook, you'll be surprised, may may groups niyan. May napuntahan nga akong groups, tungkol lang sa mga upuan eh.
Talaga?
Can you believe that? Chair community. Tinanong ko, sinong chairman nyo?
Grabe. Well, kumbaga, ang isang community na ganyan na nagulat ako, yung sa barbershop.
May ganun,
mga barbero.
O, sipin mo.
Tapos pag nakita mo, kasi...
Ayoko pumunta doon. Wala ako paniniwalaan eh. Mga kwento nyo lahat, ha?
Oo nga eh. Actually, kasi yung isang, meron kasing medyo fancy na barbershop dito, nagpagupit ako. So yung isang barbero doon, nagkukwento siya, meron daw mga Facebook group.
O, sipin mo.
Diba? Sabi ko, talaga? Tapos yung mga, apparently, merong mga official cut kung paano mag-cut ng, merong mga techniques, like say kung paano ahit ng balbas, ganyan.
Right.
Tapos may mga tawag sila, hindi ko na alam. Tapos tinignan ko yung mga Inglesero din eh. Yung mga members, nag-Englishan sila doon. Sabi ko, grabe, ganun pala. Kasi yung sanay ako sa barbero na na doon sa mga hole in the wall na barbero lang, di ba? So, parang, ganun pala.
Ako, ang dami kong groups sa sinalihan kasi ang dami ko rin hilig eh. So, lahat ng kinahiligan ko, sinalihan ko ng lahat ng mga groups. And I like it. I like the fact that, that's one thing I like about Facebook or IG. More pa nga Facebook kasi groups sila, di ba? Tapos nasi-share mo, di ba? So, I like Facebook because of the groups. And I like it kasi sobrang niche na tuntua ako sa ganun. At least, di ba? Kanya-kanya na tayo.
Ayos. So, you're gonna be going back to Tiny Bar pa.
I have to go back, Gerald. It was fun. Thank you so much.
Yun. So, any last things you want to say about your book?
Yes.
Take it away,
yes,
LC.
please, guys. If you like crime, if you like, if you want to see a kid kill a pedophile, this is the book for you. If you want to see a security guard na hirap sa buhay, na gets into crime, and eventually kills criminals also in a way, this is the book for you. So I Write All Crime. Check it out. Crossing. Sampaguita, this is gonna come out early next year. By February yata, lalabas ko na to.
Kasi parang cover pa lang yan.
No, this is just an ashcan. This is an ashcan of
teaser pa lang, di ba?
But this one's already buo. So this is the comic book version of the short film Crossing. If you want to see the short film, I think Gerald can link it here.
Yes.
So you guys can watch it. If you want to know more about Crossing, you can pick it up. And you can message me directly here. Malilink naman ako dito. Or you can go to my shop in Coffee and Comics and pick up a copy.
Yes, and hang out there. That one of the best place to hang out, meet new friends. Magsilabas naman kayo sa mga lungga nyo. Ako bira lang din akong lumabas ng lungga ko eh. Pero one of the places that I would go is there.
Jumajam tayo dun.
No. So, yun.
Alright.
Yun muna. Maraming salamat, LC.
Thank you, Gerald.
Yes.
Thanks for inviting me. Thanks, guys.
Alright. Paalam.